Dude, it's in the air, right?
It's in the air, which means we're very close to this being back into this thing.
It better, because my mental stability and my pocketbook are essentially out of gas. So we better get it in there today. Maybe not today, but in this episode.
In this episode, we promised you, and that's what we're going to do.
Yep. So what do we got to do? We got the covers back on, it's in the air.
Still got a little bit left to button up, get it onto the K, bolt up the transmission, lower the car.
The list is getting too long. It's going in the car.
Let's just get to it.
Yeah, all right. Thanks for watching, guys. Like and subscribe. Ooh, that was kind of fancy there.
Yeah, exactly.
You did a little like...
You work with someone long enough and you get a rapport. All right, let's get into this.
All right, so we're getting the motor dressed up here to get ready to put in the car. We threw the front cover on, we cleaned it up, painted it, made it look like we're polishing a turd, basically. Put a new front seal in it. Now we're working on the bottom here. We've got a cool windage tray. I don't remember if we've shown this yet, but this is off a 2013 or 2014 GT500. That's where we got the oil pump from, too. We explained that when we rebuilt it. But the whole GT500 system includes this pickup that's designed to fit over this windage tray / scraper thing. So this thing does a few cool things right here. So you can see the oil drain back holes where the what's it called? Oil drains back from the heads right here.
Oil drain back holes. It's pretty self-evident, Dwayne.
I can't talk right now. So normally what happens is a lot of this oil will come back and it'll immediately get whipped around by the crankshaft right here, by the throws. And that'll cause what's called roping, and it's really bad for oil control. So this thing's got some baffles that sort of protect the oil drain back. And then underneath here, it's got some elements that sort of keep oil away from the crankshaft. This thing's pretty cheap, and it's a really nice deal because it includes the oil pan gasket, which you need to replace anyway. So that's a really cheap, easy, quick upgrade for anyone looking to improve their oiling on a car you're going to be like road racing or autocrossing. So we will turn it back up. Got our pickup and windage tray installed. We can't actually fully torque down the oil pan right now because we don't have the rear cover on. We can't put the rear cover on until we take this off of the engine stand. So we're gonna flip it over right now and put the valve covers on because we actually can do that. Let's see if I'm strong enough to do this. All right.
Surprising everyone with those little noodle arms.
All right, so we've got valve covers over here. Let's see. So we cleaned up and painted the valve covers. They actually turned out okay for what we're trying to do. I replaced the seals on them because I really don't want them to leak. Put this crackle paint on here. It didn't fully crackle. I don't think it was warm enough when we did it. But it's not too bad. Pretty good for what this is gonna be doing. This turd's gonna be doing, so we'll throw that on there. This is a lot of bolts. Don't know if you guys feel like watching me put on, I don't know, how many bolts is this? A lot of bolts.
A lot more bolts than an LS valve cover, I know that much.
Yeah. I don't know why they put so many bolts on it. It's like, it's just kind of ridiculous. I hope my crack wasn't hanging out when I bent over there. Who knows? Probably was. Let me know in the comments.
I was joking or saying, oh, you needed a little pop of blue, but actually all your little isolators and gaskets and everything are Ford blue. So you're getting a little pop of blue underneath the hood whether you want it or not.
Actually, I forgot something. This is a big deal.
What did you forget?
Why don't this come off now? Okay, there we go. We have to put some RTV on this.
Oh yeah.
Should show the guys. So you actually put RTV here and here where the head there's 4 spots where the head meets the block on the front cover. You do the same thing here where the front cover meets the head so that we don't get any leaks. You do it on both sides. All right. Grab this valve cover. Throw it on. Make sure seal's seated. Okay, let me get. Sticks so long because there are so many bolts. I'm gonna use the speed wrench.
I think we'll just join up back later after the valve
Yeah,
covers
this
are
is gonna
on.
take forever. All right, give us a minute. The magic of TV, and this will be bolted on.
It's not TV, it's YouTube.
Whatever.
Dwayne's had a little bit too much coffee, but
I'm going. All right, here. Hi. We're putting it together. I'm getting kind of excited. It's got some stuff on it. You got the damper, the flywheel. We're bolting on some like ancillary stuff.
water pump.
Yeah. Yeah, we're trying to get in. What's next?
Clutch, trans, that type stuff.
Yeah, and then I think we're gonna try and lower the car and put her in there, because you can't, I mean, obviously you can't do the intake manifold. We actually have to take the valve covers off to get it in there, because Fox body's got a pretty narrow, it's got these sway bar mounts that are narrower than like the later motors. So Ford never did this at the factory like they did on like the SN95s. Yeah, I don't think we can do a whole lot more right now. We'll check it out, see if there's a couple other things. I'll take the valve covers off, trans on. Yeah, let's try it. Oh yeah, headers.
Headers, yeah.
Headers. Maybe we'll show you the headers. We're actually going to do an episode about the headers. We still have a ton of footage of that.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll show a flash here and there.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And then you had your unfortunate incident in Peru.
Yeah. We never got the dyno. I don't know. They might kill power. I have no idea. We'll find out. But I mean, we'll actually know. Because I didn't get to back to back. Whatever. Let's do it.
You think that's time to get hot?
Yeah, that's true. I will ensure that this thing is very hot.
Am I the only one that actually likes the smell? Loctite. It has almost like a cherry smell to it. Don't eat it though.
Travis getting all high on Loctite over here. On a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being lots and 1 being none, well, 0 to 10. So 0 being none, 10 being the most. How much mechanical sympathy do I have?
0, goose egg, none.
I'd say you're like a 4 to 5.
The whole thing is, I have. It depends on my emotional attachment to the vehicle.
Yeah, if you don't care about it, like your cruise, you're hard on it.
Yeah. If I have emotional attachment to the vehicle, or if I don't have the money to immediately replace something,
Yeah, that's true.
I do have some mechanical sympathy. However, cars that I don't care about,
Beat it.
beat it.
As Michael Jackson would say. I have a history of clutches in this car. This is my 3rd clutch in 4 years. Which, I mean, the way I drive it, I guess it's not horrendous. I was on cheap with clutches. This was like a $250 clutch. It's the most expensive clutch I've ever put in a car.
Well, the one thing that everybody gets kind of messed up with clutches is they see a horsepower torque rating and they buy way more than they need. You spend a lot more money. They're typically worse to drive.
So I used to have a 10.5-inch clutch in this car, which is actually what these things came with stock. And now I put an 11-inch, which I believe was like the 0304 Cobra size or something like that. It's a 1/2 inch bigger, same pressure plate style and same
Clutch material.
friction disc, but the friction disc has a lot more area on it. So hopefully now I can drive like an absolute maniac and not have to.
Well, it's a similar. On my car, I have a Z06 LS7 clutch.
Yeah.
It's a similar size, similar weight. I mean, it's one of the cheapest. Unless you're making crazy power or torque. Well, and even then, unless you're drag racing it.
Yeah. Yeah, if I was drag racing, I'd have to have a better clutch.
And a lot of times for road racing, you don't really need or want a super heavy clutch. Because you're going to be pushing that clutch pedal in about 500 times in a day.
I didn't want to spend the money to actually sell an aluminum pressure plate for these. It's a lot more expensive, so I could have had a really light zingy clutch, but made this thing really, really zingy, but didn't go that route. See, I told you, put them somewhere where I never expected to be. I knew it! I knew them bolts! I love you, Dad. I love you, Dad. Stop putting my bolts in weird spots.
Alright, lower it. Oh.
It's coming down! Coming down. I don't know where I put that. We have touchdown, Major.
Dude. I like this 2 coffees Dewayne. Never did I once in any video think that I'd be playing the straight man to your comic.
You know what we're never gonna do?
What?
We're not gonna follow Mighty Car Mod's footsteps and kick each other in the balls.
Yeah, not gonna happen.
No, I'm not kicking each other.
You do that, we're fighting. I love you like a brother, but I'm gonna beat your ass.
Not happening. I hope that we had the throw out there in there. I didn't even check. Should get a light.
Light is on the engine stand. Convenient.
Oh, yeah, it's like we know what we're doing.
Did you put like a clutch fork in it and stuff, or?
No, the clutch fork's in it, but I just wanted to make sure that the throw-out ring was there. We put a new one in last time and it's been driven once.
I don't see a throw up bearing on the floor, so.
The floor is my canvas parts.
What are you on today? Are you
All right.
sure it wasn't meth that you did earlier?
It's possible, man. It was that like crappy, like office coffee, but that stuff has like 14 pounds of caffeine in it.
Yeah, because they will give you that office coffee because they really want you, you know,
Be
amped up
jazzed
on the
up.
job.
You know, they want you to. It's like those like sales conferences where like go out and sell. You know, like for like weird pyramid schemes and stuff. Yeah.
You're a wild boy.
So I was trying to sell like what's the funniest pyramid scheme? Don't they have a name for it? It's like multi-level marketing or something.
Yeah.
Isn't that what it is? Which is just they had to make another acronym. A 3-letter acronym. We were talking about that today. All 3-letter acronyms suck. Yeah.
FBI, ATF, DEA, IRS, FCA.
Army of Charger owners are coming after you.
Yeah, they can come after me, but they'll never catch me. Okay, maybe a Hellcat will catch me.
You smoked that Hellcat last time over there.
I did.
You felt cool for like weeks after this.
Yeah, but like I'm pretty sure that dude was just like reading the newspaper. The light was like, oh, okay, then he almost caught me on the big end. So
It was a 16-year-old person in the drag strip. Rich daddy.
yeah, probably did something like that.
Alright, we're gonna need a jack to hold the trans up.
Oh, good.
Yeah. Oil pan.
Yeah, pretty good. Nice and slow. Here, let me drive and you.
Need to come over this way. Yeah. Okay. Hey. What you doing there, Travis?
Smearing the header gaskets.
So yeah, I made these headers. We actually have a whole bunch of video and pictures of me making them. We were gonna make a episode about it and test them back to back versus like normal headers. They're tri-wise. See, 4, 2, 1. But then the car blew up, and so we will never, we'll never actually know what they do. Like, do they add power? Do they not? According to my scientific calculations, they should. But the reason why they're shaped all weird.
Scientific calculations.
Yeah, they should, but the reason why they're all bent weird and like at weird angles and stuff is because there's no space in this car. It was really hard to make these, to be honest with you.
Dwayne threw tools and wanted to just burn the car about 15 times.
Yeah, I almost committed suicide.
I wanted to give him a Snickers. Tell him to quit acting like a diva.
Yeah.
But it looks like this one's ready to get going on the car.
You can't really even see it. They're actually step tube, so there's like one size, second size, third size, and then collector. So they're actually really I don't know. I don't know if they work. I'll never know, to be honest with you. So that's where we're at right now. Cool. So we're gonna put them on the motor because it's just easier to do it now, and we'll drop the car in it. So awesome. Let's get to it. That wiggle show. I'm telling you, whoever came up with that, it's fucking insane.
Tell me how you really feel, Dwayne.
Seriously. The worst though is Coco Melon. Oh my gosh. It's like one of the most popular shows on Netflix, and it's insanity. It's just, what are people thinking? This.
All right, Dwayne's just torquing up the headers. It's nice and easy to install them.
Like this.
Like this. Because there is not much room in this engine bay.
We actually did design these headers so you technically can get them in and out while things in the car. It's just not easy.
It's not fun.
But you can do it. The reason why we had to do that is because
You gotta be able to get them on and off to change a clutch with the motor in the car. You actually have to remove one of the headers to do a clutch, which is super awesome. Sarcastic. One day I'll probably put a TKO on this thing, so you don't have to do that. Or that new, what's that new? They have that
TKX.
New, yeah, that thing's radical. Maybe I'll do one of those. Cause isn't it set up for high RPM shifts or something? Cool like that?
Yeah, the TKO 600, they said that it was good for high shifts, but it is not.
That's what this new TKX fix is.
Yeah, yeah. However, I'm of the mind that Tremec has never made a good aftermarket transmission. Their OE stuff is good, like the T56 and TR6060.
6060 would be. Actually, I want that Transhead GT350.
All right, so we've got the water pump on, headers on.
Yeah.
It's installed into the K-member.
Yeah.
So what's next, Dwayne?
Drop the car. We're gonna drop the car down on it. I don't think we can put anything else on until we get, you know, the K-member merged back to the car, but then it's gonna be working over the fenders like a normal mechanic. It's gonna be awesome. Pretty pumped, man.
Yeah.
It's downhill from here. Once it's in the car, the rest of the stuff's pretty easy, ancillary and wiring and everything. Really the hardest part's getting the power steering hooked back up.
Because Ford has the worst power steering systems ever.
It's hard to get at that pump. It's just not easy to put on, but
Because it was designed by idiots.
we'll get her done. I'm pumped. Should be in there soon.
Keith, what are we doing?
Well, we're trying to get this engine back in this car. And we need to move it over just a little bit.
As you can see, it's a pretty tight fit with that sway bar mount. So that's why we're playing with it a little bit. Getting the intake manifold installed now. Finishing up on the fuel rail. Need to take extra care to make sure that all of the injectors are properly seated down all the way. And that they're held in with the 4 8mm fasteners. We're getting pretty close. You excited, Dwayne?
Yeah, look at my hair though, I'm tired. I look like a mad scientist or something like that. Tired, working on this thing at night after work and stuff. Saturday, and woke up with my son this morning. I'm pretty tired. I look like a ragged bear. Yeah, I don't even know.
What are you doing, Dwayne?
Finally putting oil in. It's exciting. It's getting into blood.
It's getting close to a start. We got coolant in it. We'll have to bleed that, but while we're putting this together, we managed to forget to put the dipstick tube in because Dwayne and I are both a couple of dipsticks. So, but we're getting real close here. A couple more things to button up, and then we'll start it, and Dwayne might even drive it.
Maybe. It's very close. Very, very close. I'm tired.
All right, now we're installing the coils. This is the last step before we try to fire it. All right, so it runs.
It does. I'm pretty pumped. I'm tired, but I'm pretty pumped.
Yeah.
Now I need to take a nap and go drive it.
Yeah, you're looking a bit frazzled.
I'm a mess, man, but I'm really pumped. I'm glad it runs. It was smooth, had good oil pressure.
No leaks.
No leaks. And so now we got to test it out. Break it in. We'll break it in a little bit, put some miles on it, and then dyno it, and then rip it. Absolutely thrash it.
Yeah,
It's gonna be awesome.
That's what we're looking forward
It's
to.
gonna be awesome. Yeah. So thanks to my guys here. Thank you guys for helping me out. That's a lot of work, for something that's mine. So I appreciate that. And yeah, I think we did a good job.
We did.
We did a good job.
We did.
All right. So what do we do now?
Get smart, go fast.
Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe.